All right. Hello, everyone. We are talking some literal equations today. Okay. We kind of previewed this last week, and then we took a little bit of a break just for that activity on Friday. But we're back into it. We're going to work on this for most of this week, and we're going to end up trying to wrap it up beginning of next week when we'll pivot to our next topic. Okay. But again, we're working some literal equations. I previewed this the other day, but let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. Literal equations, just for a second, what I want you to do is I want you to look at these two boxes, and I want you to compare the left box to the right box and see what do they have in common, what do they not. Okay, pause for a second. Okay. The biggest thing, okay, the left. Okay, these are examples of literal equations, and what I need you to notice is that they have more than one variable. So boom, 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 boom. There are four variables there. There are one, two, three, there. Here, there's only two, but again, they all have more than one letter. Okay. Take a second, look over the examples on the right hand side, the ones that say non-examples. Okay. And you'll notice that for each of those, okay, there is only one variable per equation. Okay, so again, the difference is these have more than one letter, these only have one. Okay. Now, literal equations, okay, they're going to seem weird because we're not used to having so many letters, and that's okay. What I need you to know is they're the exact same steps as what we have done before. Okay. So again, these have more than one variable, and they can be rearranged to solve for a specific value. Okay. Formulas, like what you see in science class, are really great examples of this. And we're actually going to do an activity later this week to help you kind of see this. But formulas of all kinds, okay, can help you, or are great examples of literal equations. I'm going to write some examples just for a second. Okay, let me check something real quick. We're doing okay on our charge. Okay, some examples of this, like area equals base times height. There are three variables there. Okay, let's say distance equals rate times time. Again, three variables there. Okay, even our slope intercept formula, which you've maybe seen before, has at least two variables. One, two, three, four. So again, these are just kind of three examples of formulas, but again, we're going to talk more later this week about some examples, some further examples. Okay. I'm going to do a few examples with you, comparing, okay, a non-literal, so on the left, with a literal on the right. Okay, and again, I'm going to show you the exact same steps on both sides. The only difference is one has one letter and one has many letters. Okay, so looking at the one on the left, okay, we hopefully see that our only letter is B. Okay, what I'm going to do to help us out is I'm going to put parentheses around what we are solving for. In this case, that is that letter B. And we hopefully should be pretty okay with how I get rid of this 4 out front. Think to yourself for a second, ponder, ponder, ponder. To get rid of that 4, we are going to divide by 4. Hopefully that's not too crazy. Whatever I do to my right, I also need to do to my left. I do some crossing out. I get B equals whatever 144 divided by 4 is. If I don't know that, use a calculator. When I use my calculator, let me think for a second. I'm pulling it up. Pulling it up. Hold on, sorry, my computer's being a little dumb right now. I think that we should get, okay, maybe 26. Okay, I think we get B equals 26. Right, that's nothing new. We should be pretty okay with that. Okay, now let's shift our attention to the right side. Okay, here's my equation. Okay, and what's tricky about this is on this side, I knew that I was going to try to get B by itself because it's my only letter. But on my right side, I have a bunch of letters. So I'm actually going to have to tell you what to solve for. And this, right, is going to mean solve for f. And what I'm going to put around f, again, my parentheses, okay? Now I'm going to compare this to the previous one. And I had something just in front of my letter I was solving for. I had that 4 out in front. And I can look and I can see that I needed to divide, right? If I have times two things, I need to divide to get rid of it. I look over here, sure enough, I could put a little time symbol right there, little times there. So to get rid of that e, even though it's not a number per se, I can still divide by e on both sides. Okay, I can still cross them out. I have f on one side, and then on that other side, I have d divided by e. Now my question to you is, do we know what d divided by e is? I don't think so. Okay, that's okay. We can't actually divide them. On this side, I could type this into a calculator and get a final answer. On this side, if you type d divided by e into your calculator, it's going to lose its mind on you. So our final answer actually on this is just d divided by e. Circle it. Okay. We're going to do one or two more. Okay. We're going to start with my regular example. Okay. 13x plus 9 equals 100. Okay. Again, to help us out, I'm going to put parentheses around what I'm solving for, and hopefully I see that I need to get rid of plus 9 and 13. I'm going to start by getting rid of that plus 9. To get rid of plus 9, hopefully we're okay that I would do minus 9. I do it to the left, and I also do it to the right. Okay, so I cross them off, and I would get 100 minus 9 equals 91. And on my left side, I still have this 13x mess. Okay, so I keep on moving. Again, I should probably have parentheses around my x. And I look and I see that I have that 13 out front, and hopefully we're okay that I could write in a times right there. And again, to undo times, it's my last step. A lot of the time I'm going to divide both sides by 13. Okay. Maybe I don't know what this is. Maybe I do, but I can go into my calculator. I can do 91 divided by 13, and I'm going to get 7. So again, my first step here was subtract, and my second step was divide. Okay. Now let's bring down this side, and you guys are going to look at this and be all confused and spooked out and whatnot. Okay. It says that I am solving for m. Solving for m. Okay. And so I'm going to go ahead and put parentheses around m. Okay, I am doing some solving. I hopefully, again, I see I need to get rid of two things. I need to get x out of there. I need to get plus b over here. Very similar, I had two things I need to get rid of over here. The two things that are in pink. Okay. My first step over here, I saw plus, so I did subtraction. Over here, I see plus b, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do minus b. Okay, that's how I'm going to get rid of a plus every single time, even if, okay, it's a letter. Now still, right, whatever I do to one side, I need to do to the other. Okay, so I'm going to do minus b on both sides. I can still cross stuff off. I can still bring down m and x. Now, do I know what y minus b is? No, I don't. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to write y minus b. Some of you are going to get real lost right here, but trust me, again, this says y minus b. This says y minus b. They're not any different. I'm just rewriting it. Okay? I need to keep going. So again, my first step over here was subtraction. Then I looked and I saw that I had a number, excuse me, a number 13 in front of my x, right? And that told me I needed to divide by 13 right here. I have a number next to my x. Okay, I'm sorry, I have a number next to my m. That's what I'm solving for. So to get rid of that x, I'm going to divide by x on both sides. I can bring down my m, Okay, and on my right side, I have y minus b divided by x. And I'm going to again ask you the question. I don't know what any of these are. That's okay. We're going to have to get used to not knowing exactly what they are. But what I do know is that I want to be subtracting them up top, which I have, and I also need to be dividing them, okay, which I have right there. Okay, and again, that's going to end up being my final answer. Okay, so I am going to leave these right here. I think these are two good examples. Okay, we're going to do more practice in class, but what I need you to remember, okay, is whatever you do on one side, you do to the other, and that works for numbers and that works for letters. Okay, it's going to take some practice, but we'll get through it.